Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes. And today in this video, I'm going to tell you guys a story about how I was on a family vacation and my relatives had like the worst luck on this vacation. So this is a story just to let you guys know. Sometimes when you're on vacation, it's not always it's supposed to be relaxing, but sometimes it can be quite frustrating when things happen when you least expect it. But the important thing to also remember is just to try to have a good time despite the fact you're going through really bad stuff on vacation. So I'm going to get started, and hopefully this will let you guys know that things happen when you least expect it. So I'm going to get started. So this all started about 12 years ago. Well, almost 13 years ago. And I went on vacation with my family, so it was a big crowd of us. It was me, my mom, my brother, my sister, my friend, my cousins, my aunt, my uncle, who sadly passed away of brain cancer in 2014, and my 4 cousins. We all went on a trip to the Sacramento River. So my family used to have this thing where they would go on the Sacramento River. They would we would all rent like rafts and then loop around the Sacramento River, and it was so much fun, and we had a great time. And I think my dad went with us that time too. I can't remember, but it was a huge crowd of us, and we all went river rafting, and we had like a blast. It was so much fun, and we really enjoyed it. And we would go and squirt people with like these little pushing squirt guns, and they were so much fun to do, and we really liked them because it just made it extra fun. So we were squirting each other, we got to the place where we go and get rafts, and for some weird reason they said my aunt didn't book a raft, and my aunt claimed that she booked the raft, and we're like, that's kind of weird. She booked one, and I don't know if their system was down when she booked it or something, but for some weird reason they said they didn't have a raft, but luckily they did have an extra one just in case last minute people showed up, so they were very lucky that time. And they were and then we rode around the Sacramento, excuse me, the Sacramento River, and we had like a great time. And we were out there for like a couple hours, and it was so much fun. And what we would do is when we were doing it, we would squirt each other with the squirt guns, and it was just a blast. And then I remember like when we were on the Sacramento River, my friend decides to chase after my brother and go and squirt him because he squirted her in her ear, and she doesn't like being squirted in her ear. And we just had a great time pretty much. And then everything went well that time. But then when we get to the Embassy Suites Hotel, we used to rent the Embassy Suites Hotel when we just rented overnight. Now, I know that sounds kind of like weird that you would rent a hotel just for overnight, but I don't know why we did it. It was just so much fun. So we get to the Embassy Suites Hotel, but then when my aunt and uncle all go in, for some weird reason, the people said they didn't book a room, and my aunt was not very happy, and neither was my uncle, so they were about to go back home. But then we decided to double check to see what happened, and we walk into the hotel room with all our bags, and my aunt and uncle my aunt was trying to explain to the people that she booked a room on the website, and for some weird reason, I don't know, but the people were really nice though. The employees at the hotel were super nice, and they were like, sorry, I'm having a brain fade. They were like super nice, and they were explaining, oh, for some weird reason we didn't get your hotel booking in. And I'm not sure what happened, but maybe my aunt must have booked the hotel when the internet was down and it didn't go through, or maybe she thought she booked the room or clicked something that didn't book the room. I'm not exactly sure what had happened, but for some weird reason they did not have a room booked. So it took them about like 15 minutes or so to try to do something about it, but there was nothing they could do. So they decided to let my aunt and my cousins all stay in our room. And luckily the Embassy Suites Hotel had 2 rooms in it. And I'm sure if you guys have been to the Embassy Suites Hotel, they all had like 2 rooms. rooms in them where you can stay, and I'm not sure if they still have that now, but that's what they had when I went there. So we all decided to to have all my cousins and my aunt and uncle stay in our room. Luckily, we had plenty of beds to do it for them to sleep in, because we had a full out couch and we had 2 rooms with 2 beds, which was nice. Well, actually, I think one had had 2 beds, so my friend and I slept in that room, and then my mom slept into the big bedroom, and then all my cousins slept out in the living room, and I think my brother slept out in the living room too. So everyone else slept in the living room while we all slept in the beds. Yeah, and it was a really interesting night, and we all slept pretty well, and everything went fine that day. And the very next day, it went mainly pretty well. So we go to Old Town Sacramento, have a good time. We go into the shops, like go buy candy. We go into the little joke shop, buy a couple practical jokes, and everything goes pretty well that day. And then after we are leaving to go back home, everything goes kind of downhill, because then my cousin, my aunt and uncle have like car issues. I don't know what happened to their car, but their car like either broke down or got a flat tire. So luckily we were near a gas station or wherever, and we were able to get them a tire or gas. And I felt really bad for my cousins and my aunt, because they were having a really hard time. My cousins, my aunt, and my uncle, they were having a really hard time because they didn't have a raft booked, they didn't have a hotel room booked, and then their car goes blah on them. It was like really the most frustrating vacation ever. But luckily we were still able to look at the bright side, seeing as we had a good time. We were spending so much time with each other. We got to go to our favorite restaurant, which I forgot. We got to go to our favorite restaurant, and we got to spend the whole day with each other in Sacramento. So it was, even though it was kind of frustrating for my family, they were all looking at the bright side, saying they got to spend time, that we all got to spend time with each other, which is a good thing. And luckily we were near like a gas station, so they could either get a tire or more gas, and I was very happy that we were able to look at the bright side. Despite the fact that we had some downfalls, we were able to turn it upside down. So the moral of the story is, sometimes vacations cannot go. I know vacations are supposed to be relaxing, but they don't go as easy as you expect them. But the best thing you can do is always look at the bright side, because then you can stay positive for what had happened, and you can think about like everything you got to do and all the fun stuff you really got to do, like spend time with your family and go shopping and stuff, despite the fact either your car breaks down, you don't have a hotel room. The most important thing is just to look at the bright side and just try to be positive and not be negative on a vacation. It's no fun to be negative on a vacation. So that was a story about my frustrating Sacramento family vacation story. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoons sometimes. And I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!